Over to the United States, where the Occupy Wall Street movement organized a day of action to mark its 2-month anniversary. While the protest against corporate greed and economic inequality is growing, so too is the frustration between authorities and protesters. There were bitter and even bloody clashes and demonstrations across America, resulting in hundreds of arrests. More than 100 arrests and bloody injuries in New York set the tone of what anti-Wall Street protesters face during their Day of Action mass rally. But that didn't mar demonstrators' spirit, who continued protesting in every nook and cranny that they weren't squeezed out of. Police pushed back protesters who were trying to shut down the New York Stock Exchange. Officers also used whatever means they could to thwart plans to disrupt the financial district.
We rattled their cage and now they're cracking down.
Those who work hard for what they have told protesters to get a job. In Los Angeles, police in riot gear faced off against several hundred protesters. Some of them blocked the front of the Bank of America building.
New York was raided. LA won't take it.
Over 70 arrests were made. Some went peacefully. Others had police using brute force.
From Egypt, Spain, Syria, Wall Street, we're all here to change the world, to make it equal for everybody on this planet.
Knockdown, drag-out arrests aside, peaceful marches were seen across the country. In Portland, police had to close off a major bridge before protesters could cross it, and 30 people were arrested. Protesters also took to the streets in Washington, D.C.
JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, people want their country back.
In Miami, several hundred people gathered in the downtown area to show their support for the cause. In Boston, protesters braved the rainy weather to ensure their voices were heard. Back in New York, where the movement first started 2 months prior, thousands of demonstrators marched across New York's Brooklyn Bridge to mark the end of a national day of action.